Alright, I've been on vacation for like a week, so I've been very worried about my garden. Everything looks pretty good. I've got here bunching onions, white onions, red leaf lettuce that's on its way out, some zucchinis, which the squash vine borer got to. I will be replanting those. Still have time. Got some pickling cucumbers over here, some acorn squash. Also, squash vine borer got to it. Looks fine now, but soon it will look like it's dying. I've got butternut squash over here, which is going crazy. I'm not sure if the squash vine borer got to it yet, but it's looking pretty good. There's some beans, some tender pod beans, and there's a butternut squash hiding back there. So I've got some butternut squash. There's a squash vine borer right there. So I got some butternut squash, and I got some zucchini to eat. But I am going to be succession planting all of this, all of the squash. They say that there are ways to protect from the squash vine borer, but I don't believe them. I've tried everything, including kale and clay. I mean, I even rubbed the bases with Vicks Vapor Rub and wrapped them in aluminum foil. Can't beat them. And that was a watermelon. Squash vine borer got it. There's some spicy globe basil. Love that stuff. My eggplant, they got tore up by flea beetles, and I worked on them too. Tried Bacillus thuringiensis and all that, but nothing can beat them. But I still got harvest. I'm still eating string eggplants and Saitama. There's some peppers there. There's some borage that's kind of fallen over and just won't die. It's holding all the caterpillars, which I'm fighting with Bacillus thuringiensis, and squishing them. There's some large red cherry tomatoes. They're right next to that borage, so they're getting the caterpillars, but I'm working on them, killing them one by one. There's some Pablano. Needs a little more time. And I have all kinds of jalapeños down in here. Datils I've been getting. So I'm already eating peppers and got a bunch of different kinds. More large red cherry tomatoes. The Alyssum is on its last leg, but it still keeps going. The Seminole Pumpkin's right here. The only thing that hasn't got vine borer yet. Crossing my fingers. Those are Filius Blue peppers. Filius Blue peppers, I get thousands of them. Use them as a hot sauce base. People say that they're ornamental, but no, they make great hot sauce base. So all kinds of different peppers back in there. There's a big beefsteak that I didn't trim down to one runner, so they're going to be small, but I don't care. Just running experiments. Bunch of large red cherry tomatoes. Like I said, I've been fighting the caterpillars like crazy back here. There's some Martino's Roma. So things are coming along. By the time you see this, I've already done some pruning of the lower branches, so don't say, oh, it's gone wild. No, I'm on top of it. So yeah, I've been pruning on this. So it's just stacked with tomatoes. Stack. I'm guessing that the caterpillars have got about 20% of my harvest, but whatever. I didn't keep on top of the BT. Treat before you see them. There's some opal basil hidden in there, you saw. Lots of tomatoes ready to go. But my advice is to treat with Bacillus thuringiensis before you see caterpillars, before the first sign. There's there were some Apricot Zebras in there. They're really awesome. I used those. They turned kind of a orange apricot color. I used those to in a meal last night. Those and the other cherry tomatoes. Had some ripe ones, sliced them up with some tikka masala sauce and the different types of eggplant that I have, the string and the Saitama, and a zucchini and jalapeños, and made a nice meal last night over rice. It was excellent. Love eating out of the garden. So there's some more of those Saitamas trying to come back. They got a little bit of sun scald. I've been keeping shade cloth over everything because it's just been brutal. But now we're hitting a little change in the weather where it's going to be raining, so I took the shade cloth off. But there's tons of flowers, ton of production. It's hot, it's brutal. Rain in the forecast though. And after I left for a week, everything's on drip irrigation, so it just kind of took care of itself. I gave them plenty of organic fertilizer every 2 weeks. I'm going to give them a shot of synthetic here soon. Got more of those tender pod beans over here, artichokes. They're a little rough, but there's flowers. There's asparagus that's done. Got poppies, parsley looking good. There's baskets with sweet potatoes over there, mints growing in those pots, some ambitious flowers, some random tomatoes I let grow, okra. This is the orange, I think. Coming in good. I got a big one off it, and these Clemson Spineless are loaded. So I'm about to have a good harvest from the Clemson Spineless. Also in here we have some Calendula we've been taking the heads off of for tinctures. We have barley back there hiding. There's chicory in the front here, which has not flowered yet. The Nasturtium looks pretty good for all the heat. You can eat those leaves, you can eat the flowers. Barley back there. I planted that mostly just hoping that it would attract the birds to eat the caterpillars. And this so far has been my favorite thing in the garden. This hose reel. Oh my gosh. So nice. Works so well. 100 feet of hose on a reel. And there's the timers that I've been running the drip irrigation on. Super easy to use, rain point. Just, I mean, dummy proof. So easy to use program. Next on 6:30 a.m. So, got my reel of wire there. Got my pump sprayers all set up. So, yeah, it's hot out, but pretty nice.